Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Darya Lisserman. If this is your first time listening or tuning into this channel, I am a local city resident. I live in Chicago for a little bit under 20 years. I'm also a local residential realtor in Chicago, and I want to talk today about a neighborhood in Chicago. We have a bunch of really wonderful neighborhoods all around Chicago, and they are kind of little, they have characteristics and difference between them. So I want to talk today about River North. River North is a neighborhood right next to the Loop. The Loop is our commercial area full of high-rises and commercial offices, and that's where a lot of people work. That's basically our metropolitan area of work. That's where you go to work if you're working in downtown Chicago. We also call it the Loop. Right next to the Loop is a neighborhood called River North. A lot of people in that neighborhood do not have a car because they literally get out of bed and go to work and walk to work within 5 minutes because the Loop is pretty close to River North. River North is full of high-rises. It's kind of like our little concrete jungle. There's basically high-rise, 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 high-rise everywhere. There's no single-family homes. There's a lot of wonderful nightlife. It is a really fun place to be. There's amazing restaurants. It's beautiful architecture everywhere and amazing, wonderful shopping. All different kind of shopping. River North also has a very nice park along the river for kids. Kind of on the west part of River North is a very big park for kids with splash pads. If you are moving to River North or you live in River North and you didn't know about the park, there's a very, very big green area with a beautiful park and a cute little river walk with a huge doggy park, a nice restaurant called Erie Cafe. It's a really, really nice scene if you want to come out and just hang out. Lots of kids there running around. There's like hilly and green. There's also another park. It's called the Grand Park and also Millennium Park. It's very close to River North, and it's very, very, very fun because there's a bunch of concerts, a lot of free concerts actually, a lot of events happening at that park. There are ice skating ring in the winter. It's actually two. There's like a golfing kind of like miniature golf range there. There's a huge park for kids, actually multiple parks for kids. It is right next to the Art Institute, which does have its free days. I believe they're free one of the days in the evening, and also multiple other days throughout the year. Chicago releases all of free museum days, and a lot of local Illinois residents can go to any museum in Chicago, including the Art Institute, for free multiple times a year. So definitely check that out. There's also a Museum of Contemporary Art not too far from there. It's on the east part, right across from Michigan Avenue. Michigan Avenue is an area right by River North. It's basically called our Magnificent Mile, and it's where you have the most amazing, shopping and amazing restaurants. Very, very touristy there, just FYI. The other thing that the River North has is just so much stuff to do, but another thing that the River North has is the Riverwalk. The Riverwalk is a fairly new creation for the city of Chicago. It is a walk along the river. It's on both sides, and it has a bunch of people boating, water taxi you can take, you can rent a boat. It's basically the most gorgeous time, because when you're on the boat you could see all of the beautiful architecture all around you. Chicago has the most amazing skyline. You will be pleasantly impressed, and you'll be taking lots of pictures. Even if you're not a tourist, you take lots of pictures, just a normal thing to do. Actually, the funniest part is that over St. Patrick's Day, Chicago paints the river, the Chicago River green. So it's, it's actually a fun time. So along the river walk, there's a bunch of things. If you're not on a boat, you can definitely walk it. People run, bike, walk. There's a bunch of restaurants, cafes, coffee shops, ice cream places, boat rental areas. It's a very, very fun time. And that river walk leads you all the way to either the yacht club when you go on the south side of the Riverwalk, and on the north side of the Riverwalk, it leads you to Navy Pier. So I'll talk about those two things on a different segment because they're not part of River North per se. But the other thing that people love about River North is that you definitely do not need a car there because there's such great transportation. Uber is very easy to get there. Taxi is very easy to get there. It's very easy to hop on a bus, hop on a train. So a lot of people do not have cars. You could have a car there. There's a bunch of parking garages, and a lot of buildings do have parking available for purchase or for rent. So if you need to have a car, it's absolutely not a problem. The highway is not too far from there, so if you're commuting somewhere like to one of our airports, we have two, Midway and O'Hare, or if you're commuting to a suburban job or to a client, there's an exit towards the highway off of 90-94, and it's very easy commute to get to pretty much anywhere. The other thing is there's also Lakeshore Drive, which is one of our it's not a highway, but it's a fast road, and it's right along the lake, and that is also an easy way to commute either north or south of the area. The other thing you should know is River North is also very close to the beach. There's two beaches that is available to you. There's the Gold Coast Beach and the Ohio Beach. That is also walkable and really fun to do. I guess I could mention there's also Navy Pier, which is also right next to that beach. Navy Pier is a pier right on the beach, right on our lake, Lake Michigan, which is close to our beach. And it's a pier that has a bunch of boats leaving. You can do a lunch cruise or a midnight cruise or an evening cruise. You can go to one of their amusement kind of ride areas. They have a bunch of rides, a huge Ferris wheel. You can see the whole city. It's pretty amazing. Every Saturday they have fireworks at Navy Pier. It's super fun. I encourage you to go. There's a bunch of dining there, lots of activities at Navy Pier, and it's also a really, really pretty walk because, again, a bunch of shots from the skyline. It's just such a fun place. The other thing that people at Navy Pier, in River North should know, if you're moving to River North, you should know that it does get trafficy. It is a pretty congested area, lots of people there, lots of high rises, a lot of people living there. So it's a pretty congested area. It has hustle and bustle everywhere. No matter how high you are, you probably will hear some city noise, and you should be used to that. It is a pretty expensive area in Chicago, and real estate can be pricey. Rental rates are also pricey. A lot of the buildings have a lot of amenities in them. So if those are important to you, definitely take a look to see what you like. A lot of people have door people and security, which is a huge plus for a lot of people. There's pools, indoor, outdoor pools. in some of these buildings, fitness centers, party rooms, libraries, jacuzzis, let's see, business centers. So cleaners, a lot of buildings have personalized like cleaners that have set up offices there. So if you don't want to do laundry, just drop it off at the cleaners. Some of the buildings have indoor in-unit washers and dryers. Some of them don't, so be cautious of them. Some if you need an in-unit washer and dryer in your unit, some of the older buildings do not have it. Their plumbing don't allow it because the way that they were built, their plumbing systems can't support it. The other thing you should be conscious of is that not every building in that area has balconies. So if a balcony is super important to you, just be mindful of that. Not every building has parking, but that should not scare you because probably the building next to it has parking. There's a bunch of parking options in River North, so please, if you need to have a car, you can definitely have a car. Just know that there will be definitely, and you will be paying a premium for it. Parking can range between $200 to $300 a month. For rent, and for purchase they're usually around $25,000 to $30,000 per spot. So depending on how many you need. Pets are allowed in some of the buildings. There are pet limitations in some of the buildings. You might need to register your pet. Some buildings have dog runs, some buildings do not. The other thing you should know is that sometimes they will ask you to register your pet, and there will be special rules about pets. Let's see. Your pet should be comfortable to live in a concrete jungle because there's a lot of concrete everywhere. Lots of things to do there. Really fun area, but also very touristy area. So just be mindful of that. In the summer, it is what you would see in River North is just, you would be driving around and you would see people eating outside. Really cute cafes, all different kind of dining, all different kind of events, clubs, bars. So it's a really fun scene. If you're in Chicago, or if you're moving to Chicago, definitely consider that neighborhood, because it's a very, very good neighborhood and very close to our downtown area, and it will be very easy walk or bike to work. Thanks again for tuning in.